Hello and welcome to the Patreon exclusive edition of Black, White, and Red All Over. I'm Victor Dandridge.
When you enter the room, you see there's a statue in the far right corner and a sleeping orc in the opposite corner. Roll for initiative. Why would I start something like that? That's like that's just a horrible way to do things.
How about we stop the game and start a new one that's not so deadly off rip?
Yeah.
Welcome to Rick and Morty versus Dungeons and Dragons, number one.
Yeah.
IDW, Oni Press.
And this is done in full conjunction with D&D because there's a lot of branded material.
Super well branded. We've got Rothfuss, Zub, and Little, and Ito as the creative teams.
Yeah.
If you are a fan of Rick and Morty,
Yes, clearly you're going to want this.
you're going to want this right now.
And if you're a longtime gamer, specifically D&D, you're definitely going to want this also. And if you're both,
Yes. Well,
I don't know why you're still watching.
hello, Christmas.
Yeah.
Right? Christmas in August is here. We open up with the kids on the bus are talking D&D in that super secret, sexy kind of way.
Yeah, but you don't know it's D&D at first.
No, not at first you don't. At first you think like, yo, this is like something terrible.
Like Morty's freaking out.
Right. Like, what?
But like at the same time, Morty has seen some stuff, so it's very possible he's like, oh, no,
This is
it's
terrible.
It's
like
happening.
what Rick told me was going to happen has happened, and
happened.
this is terrible.
Yeah.
I love how his Spidey sense is actually tingling.
Like it's
that's
actually drawn in.
These Spideys. But then all of a sudden, it becomes a little bit more clear that they're talking about a D&D campaign.
Yeah.
And they're speaking of it with such joy and reverence, no stigmas.
Yeah.
Like, these are potentially the cool kids.
Yeah.
What? Now, do we know who these characters are? Like, I'm not as well versed in Rick and Morty, so I wasn't sure if these were...
As far as I know, they're just randos.
They're just Randys. Okay. Well, that's amazing. So literally, Morty is kind of going through his day, running into other people who are speaking ever so highly
just
of the D&D magic.
D&D. The bulletin board where like the different clubs meet up.
Huge.
D&D.
Right?
Lunchroom, more D&D.
More of it. And in fact, let's see, they're having a kind of sexy talk amongst it. You know, like, oh, my mom thought, heard Dungeons and thought it was a sex thing. And now all of a sudden he's like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I'd let Travis explore my adventure zone.
What? Risque. Just a little bit.
Let you sneak into my Baba Yaga's hut.
Don't say that out loud.
No,
that just got dark real quick. So what I love is when in doubt, like what else can you do but explore the internet and find out exactly what is Dungeons and Dragons? Okay, now is this a real site? This is real. Yeah. He's gone to YouTube. He's watched this stuff. These are all real things that you can look up.
Pretty sure.
Critical Role, Acquisitions Incorporated, the C Team.
Pretty sure.
That's fierce.
Yeah.
That is fierce. I literally want to try this out. New to the game, D&D official homepage. There's a Wikipedia page. Like they literally, as a background piece, have given you all the tools. I need these tools. I don't know Dungeons and Dragons, but I feel like I do after having read this.
Yeah, because it really gives you a lot of the vibe of it and how much fun it is, and the inside jokes and everything that you develop with other people. It's interesting because the adventure that you're going on with your fellow gamers,
right?
The adventure is actually the friendships that you're building, not
the actual game that you're playing.
Getting to White Plume Mountain,
right?
No, it's
the journey.
Yeah,
it's the journey.
I just went philosophical.
You did though. I mean, I wasn't gonna dog you for it. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, that's true.
We're here to preach the spirituality of it all. It's the journey. So like even upon looking this up, he looks around the library and realizes like there's D&D happening right there, live in effect. Boom. And people are celebrating. They're so excited to be in on this. And it's different, folks. I mean, of every level, every background, everyone's D&Ding, man. Yeah. Except for him. Yeah. And then there's the magic statement.
Yeah. Nah, Jason phones it in, man. He's just playing to get laid.
Gamers get laid?
Oh, hey Rick.
What is the time period that we in? Now, okay. Yeah. You've D&D'd in public? Yeah. D&D in public? Was when you started a time period when D&Ders were actively getting laid for D&Ding?
No.
Wow, what a world we live in. Look at the evolution of that. Pop culture has caught up with our geeky sensibilities. It is a better place. We suffered for you,
Yeah.
and we have given you
Yeah.
thus.
Yeah. In high school, someone gave me the nickname the Elf Lord. I
On
didn't-
purpose?
Yeah, because
Okay.
because I ran a D&D game during lunch sophomore year.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what they thought was a ridicule, you actually used as a.
Kind of.
I don't blame you. I would have too.
Yeah.
I'll be your elf lord.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my health levels are sky high. How many hits can you take? Oh. That was dirty. I apologize.
Yeah,
I don't even know.
that was
I was speaking a whole lot of stuff. I have no idea what I'm saying right now.
It's like if Marvin Gaye was a was a DM.
He
like,
was, man. Marvin Gaye was a DMer. I'm telling you, sexual healing. What do you think that is? Yeah, how many rolls do you have to get for that?
That's a
Just
level
throwing it
5
out there.
cleric spell
Just
right
throwing it
there.
out there. All right, so we go to Hobby Hall,
Yep.
which I literally wish that this place exists.
Yeah, because it looks really, really cool.
It
like,
really
I'm
does.
jealous of the place. Just all the like they've got it looks like an X-wing fighter helmet.
Yep.
Hulk smash, Hork smash.
Pork, so no one gets sued. You got a little Batman
Yeah.
little piece
yeah.
here. This is fantastic. So Morty goes into this place, finds this young lady working there who looks uber cool.
Yeah.
Super duper cool. She's working there and is like, hey, I need some D&D books.
Yeah.
Where do I go?
Yeah.
She's pointing him in the right direction.
Past the Star Hammer.
Like, come on. Like, that's brilliant. And sure enough, is your army big enough? Are you sure? It's not. Trust us. Like,
yeah, there's so many gamer jokes in here.
so good. It's so good. So he gets over there, and all of a sudden, he is overwhelmed
Yeah.
by
like,
the notion of how many books there are.
Yeah. Which version of D&D do you pick? Which books do you buy within that context?
Right?
And the covers of the books are like legit old school.
Like Frank
Covers.
Frazetta style artwork
Yeah.
here. Like, it's brilliant stuff.
Yeah.
And how would you say her name? Annika?
I think Annika. But
I think
don't
Annika
know.
works. Annika works. She's like, hey, are you finding everything all right? Yeah. And Morty is a total pimp.
Yeah.
The way that he suddenly
He's
just
extremely
throws on.
smooth. Yeah.
Hey, yeah, I'm trying to teach a buddy of mine how to play. I'm just trying to figure out what's the best way to break him in. You know, I'm old school,
Yeah.
OG, triple OG,
And
the way I do this.
And he's holding the Dungeon Master's Guide from many moons ago. It was one I actually checked out at the Cleveland Public Library when I was a kid. So yeah.
So this resonated with you on a
my
very
gosh,
personal level.
Yeah.
You're like, I read that book.
Yeah, that's
read that
actually
book.
the one that I started running stuff out of.
Really?
Initially. Yeah.
Okay.
That and the blue box. Was it blue box? No, it was a red box because you had to have the crayons to color in the numbers because they didn't come that way on the dice.
Whoa.
You're like, yeah.
Whoa. You just blew my mind. I don't even know what you said, but you blew my mind. They're crayons?
Yeah, it used to be like in the box sets. You would open it up and it'd be dice, but
Right?
you'd have to color in the numbers.
Wow.
Yeah, kids, you guys don't know how good you've got it.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, colored dye, like, they're a dime a dozen. You see them all the time. No,
No.
you actually had to. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow, the struggle was real.
It was.
The struggle was
It was.
real.
It was very-
Okay. I'm with you. All right, so here we go where Morty, in his attempts to woo
Mhm.
Annika,
and he seems to be fairly successful.
he is, man. I mean, he gets invited to her dungeon game
Yeah,
because Jason is, you know,
he's missing,
he's elsewhere.
and they need a rogue.
They need a rogue. They definitely need a rogue. He knew what a rogue was. I think he pulled that out of his hind parts.
Yeah, I don't think he has any idea.
Completely. And he's like playing off like, yeah, I'm all game for that. Like, let's do it. Let's go.
Yeah.
Boom. I'll see you this weekend.
Now he's got himself in a bind
Yeah.
because he's got to learn how to play D&D fast.
Right. And not just learn how to play, but he's now promoting himself as though he's like high levels.
Yeah.
So he's got to be up there.
Yeah.
He goes home and in this one page has experienced everything that I've ever thought about D&D
Mhm.
in terms of trying to play it. I don't know where to start. I am so intimidated. This is me. Like this entire page spread right here. A mummified goblin hand, a piece of crystal that faintly. What?
What are these things?
I don't even know what is.
Those are trinkets.
But how and why and where and shot?
Yeah,
What?
And just looking at the dice, like there's a 4-sider,
Right.
there's a 6-sider, there's a 12-sider, there's a couple 10-siders. I don't know. There's a 12-sider. Hate those things. You know?
Apple cider. That's as far as I
Yeah.
go. Okay, that's it for me. Like, man, I don't even know. And I love it where he's just like, you know what? I can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
There's too much to take in, and he doesn't. He's got what 3-4 days.
3 days. 3 days to try to learn it all. And so instead, he's like, look, I can't.
Who do I try?
Let me go to Grandpa Rick. He'll put something in my head that will allow me to know this stuff.
Like a hat or a pill or
It'd be great.
something.
Worst case scenario, it'll be the eel again.
Again.
Hopefully a smaller eel.
Yeah.
Because the last time he didn't like how it went in, and he didn't like how it came out.
Yeah.
So many questions. So many questions on that one. But then he goes and asks.
Yeah.
And we get regaled with a tale.
The preamble that Rick gives, the level of disappointment is.
It's real. It's so real.
And the reason for it.
The rationale, the thing that happened, and then that it happened again. I pray. I have teenage sons.
I never want to help out with that.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
How about that? Take it to your mother. And I'm gonna tell you what makes it so bad. Me and my boys, their mother and I are not together, so they're gonna have to go somewhere else. Literally another household.
Yeah.
I'll send them down to their grandmother. Or the great grandmother. She used to be a nurse. Like, I'll do that.
Yeah.
She was a nurse. She'll help you. I can't. And you explain.
Yeah.
Because I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Dad.
Nope.
Go
But
on the dark web and get me a new son.
who won't do this?
Yeah.
Who doesn't even know what a bottle is? So what I love is like he goes all hardcore. Are you holding? You got some dice?
Yeah.
You got some dice in your hands?
Yeah.
And he's like, I do.
Rick is so proud.
He is so proud. All of a sudden, Morty has shown himself to be truly
The grandson that might not suck.
like for reals. It gets hardcore.
Yeah.
Rick pulls out a D&D book and a bottle of Crown Royal. Like, you know what?
That's dice.
That is real. Like, the only time that happens in the black community, there's spades going, and you can lose a family member, let alone gain one. Like,
That's a bag of dice.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I thought that was Crown Royal.
Oh, no, it is.
But he keeps his die?
Everybody does.
Everyone is shaking their head at me right now like, I didn't know this. I knew nothing. I am sorry. I am Jon Snow right now. I am losing. Really?
Yeah.
Why Crown Royal?
Because it's no other liquor comes with a bag, like a velveteen sack.
I'm not judging you. I'm literally judging myself for having not known this.
Before I knew that Crown Royal was a drink,
Shut
I just
up.
thought it was like a high-end dice bag. No, I really did.
No, are you kidding me?
No.
That's amazing. That is amazing. Cultures, baby. I love it. So he goes about teaching him how to play.
Yeah. Basic character generation. And the thing is, all of it is so real and happens like, roll those dice.
Right.
We'll fit them in where, you're trying to be a rogue. All right, so we'll shift that over to dexterity.
We'll make this happen. And
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Everybody re-rolls their first time.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's how it
You're
goes.
fine. That's hilarious. And all of a sudden there's a knock.
Yeah.
And it is Rick's old school, like, D&D buddies.
Yeah.
As played by J.R.R. Martin.
Yeah.
Is the DM.
Which is fantastic.
Like, I'm sorry. Like, I don't think I would ever allow anyone else, like,
Yeah.
if J.R.R. Martin was like, hey, I'll DM for you, done.
Yeah. Like, he's on that
Done.
list. Ronnie James Dio, if he were still alive,
Facts.
I would play D&D with him.
Facts.
Joe Manganiello.
Oh,
is
listen.
D&D.
Now, that clip of him and Stephen Colbert,
Yeah.
yo, that was fire.
Yeah.
That was absolute fire, and I really appreciated what that was, because that was like, who's going to geek and... Oh, Joe was like, don't you dare.
Steve.
Don't you... Listen.
Why?
I was born of this,
Yeah.
okay? You merely adopted the D&D.
Yeah.
I am the D&D, okay? I formed myself into a paladin in real life just because I needed to, okay?
Yeah.
Cast your spell. I'm ready. My hit game is on fire. So I love it. Through this whole montage, Morty sucks.
Yeah, he just keeps dying.
Like, completely.
Like, he's falling into every like obvious cliche
Right.
that like a gamer like, no, there's probably something in the water. Don't just stick your head in the water.
Don't go do that.
And he just keeps doing it, and he keeps dying, and has to keep creating new characters, and his experience sucks
Okay, now let me ask you this.
Mhm.
In these campaigns, when your character dies, they're done.
most of the time. Yeah,
Like, can you ever revive them for another campaign if you want to, or
depends.
okay?
Yeah, it
all right.
depends on what, like how your DM's feeling or what different house rules you got. But
Wow.
Yeah.
How many sheets of paper do you go through in a single campaign?
not many if you're a player, but if you're a DM, you got notes on everything, and then you got your
Okay, so as I was reading this,
Mhm.
my fourth wall brain broke, and I was like, okay, if you create a character
Mhm.
in the midst of the campaign because your previous character died,
yes.
does the DM have to figure out a way or reason why your new character has now joined the group?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Like you find this dude on the side of the road, or it has to be integrated into the story.
That is so much improv. Like this is a high level skill right here.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. I am impressed. Okay, so they keep going through. Morty is hating all of this.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he's having no fun. Everybody else is getting to do stuff, but he just keeps dying.
Right.
It's like, well, yeah. And this is hours.
Hours.
Because
Like,
when they stop.
it's dawn.
dawn.
It is the new day.
Yeah.
And he explains, I died 7 times. 7 times. I had a 10-foot pole and 15% chance to pick someone's pocket.
Yeah.
Dude, that's.
Yeah.
I mean, and Rick says that's how you learn, Morty. You got to pay your dues.
Which is kind of true.
It's. I mean, you got to appreciate what the deal is. And he's like, dude, if this is it, I'll figure out something else.
Yeah.
Like this sucks. And in which case, Rick, in his most diabolical, says, "Congratulations, you have passed the test." He wanted him to suffer this in order to truly see if he wanted the end result more than anything.
Yeah.
And that's what's important to Rick Sanchez.
Yeah.
The end result, which is where things get dangerous.
Yeah.
So
Because
he pulls together some equipment, some supplies,
the AD&D Second Edition Player's Handbook.
and they port to Blips and Chips.
Mhm.
Chips. Blips and Chips?
Yeah.
Make sure I said that right.
Maybe.
And he's like, no, Morty, I'm taking you to the magical land of Greyhawk. Now, I feel like this had a reference point.
Yeah, Greyhawk was one of the first full worlds developed for the game.
Okay.
Up to that point, everything was like you've created your own thing, and this is a fully fleshed out world
Okay.
with high level NPCs and different stuff.
What's an NPC?
Non-player character. So
Okay,
like
okay.
somebody you interact with Elminster or something like that. So yeah,
She's using all this jargon. Just throwing it at me.
which it's awesome.
It's like, I gotta learn how to speak D&D. It's like a totally separate language.
Yeah, it really is.
I would totally like. All right, so they go to this simulation type spot.
Yeah.
Rick makes some adjustments.
Which seems super
Never
legit.
a good thing. Never a good thing. And they digitize themselves into a Matrix style
Yeah.
load screen.
Yeah,
Which first renders them booty butt naked.
yeah.
And
That's just the base, because then you got to pick out the armor.
You gotta
'cause
build
they're,
up.
They're actually designing their characters on the spot.
this was hilarious to me. Like, look, like, so Rick obviously has the info, but he's
Yeah.
not being forthcoming about
Yeah.
what's happening. He's like, look, you got to experience this as you go,
Yeah.
which, as I understand it, is the D&D way. Like,
Yeah.
no one can really explain to you, like, well, what's going to happen when we play? You just have to play
You just have to play.
and get there
Yeah.
and see. Like, that's just what
Yeah.
it is.
That's how it goes.
There's no shortcuts, man.
Yeah.
You got to pay your dues.
Yeah.
You got to pay your dues. But by the time they are done, Rick is this crazy, awesome wizard.
I'm a
Like,
wizard.
yeah. And Morty is this like uber paladin warrior,
Like, the 2-day beard growth on Morty.
which is awesome. Like,
It's
he's
amazing.
mannish, absolutely mannish. So they get to this village that needs some help.
Yeah.
Now Bone Hill, is that also a reference of something?
I don't think so. I don't recall.
Okay.
But like they're talking to villagers,
Yes.
and like one of the usual tropes to get into like to introduce characters, something that you want them to do is they go someplace and they're looking for work.
Okay.
And like they're looking for work and like, oh, and here's this bad thing that's happening on Bone Hill, and there's just so many good jokes that come out of it.
I mean, it's a lot of
Yeah.
good jokey. Morty starts punning. Now, maybe that wasn't a good plan, but he does it anyway. He starts punning, and Rick is trying to tell him, don't do that.
Don't
punt in this place. It's not the place for it. Ghouls start to rise from the grave, and Morty's like, what do I do?
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
do we roll dice?
Like, what is this?
Yeah. No, it's straight up. They're in the game.
It's realer than real.
They're swinging the sword. They're casting the spells.
Realer than real. So all of a sudden, Morty starts getting into it.
Yeah.
He's ready now.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. I'm really this guy. I can do all this stuff. Have at thee. And then all of a sudden,
Stabs Morty.
he
Stabs Rick.
He stabs Rick through. Like, not even just like a stab, like, oh, my bad. Runs him through. It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Like, literally, Rick is dying.
Yeah.
Okay? There's a horde of zombie ghouls
Yeah.
encroaching upon them.
Yeah.
And Morty's like, what do I do?
Yeah. Rick, use your spells, heal
Right.
yourself. And Rick's like, I'm a wizard. I'm not a
I'm
cleric.
not a cleric, man. I don't have a healing.
You're a paladin. Use your paladin powers, which they do have.
They do have that.
Yeah, they can limited healing stuff. So
Limited healing.
Mhm.
So what he has to do is pray.
Mhm.
And mighty to whom?
to whom it may concern.
Like, that's what I took that as too. It's like,
Yeah.
mighty to whom? And I'm like, that's
Which is amazing.
a very empty prayer there, sir.
I think I can see his liver.
And that's not good.
Yeah.
And it looks like Rick bought it, man. Like, Rick is
Yeah.
done.
Then we flash back to the real world.
We go back to where these guys are plugged in, and these aliens are watching them, and it's
Yeah.
like, hey, wait, is that Rick Sanchez?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, we don't like this guy.
Yeah.
He sucks butt cheeks. And it's like, I think I'm just going to take this off.
Yeah.
Just yank it out and be done with it. It's like, yeah, but it'll probably kill him.
Yeah.
You know,
Like I
fry
care.
the brains. And he's like,
Whatever.
whatevs. Totally yanks it.
Yeah.
And they totally do get fried. Like,
Yeah.
literally electrified. This is bad.
Mhm.
Both are unconscious. They even call it, hey, we got two dead ones over here.
Yeah.
I mean, based on the Matrix,
Yeah.
if you die in the real world, you die in the Matrix.
Yeah.
So if you die in the Matrix, you die in the real world.
Yeah.
I don't know where we are with this.
Yeah.
Because that's literally where the book ends.
Like, who's going to go in and save them? Are they going to be able to be saved?
Dun, dun, dun. Based on this here piece for issue 2.
Yeah.
Presumably, but this is there's got to be a lot of exposition for
Yeah.
how they find out where they went,
Yeah.
how they get there.
Yeah.
There's a lot. So, this was a fun
Yeah.
read.
And the fact that there's
Yes.
a cover that has Morty's fifth edition half-orc rogue,
Yes.
Kath Silverson, and then you've also in the back, you've got Rick Sanchez's
Alcazar the Wizard.
level 36.
Yeah, level 36, chaotic awesome. DM the Brunster. Y'all don't want none, y'all. Like, I'm trying to tell y'all, like, this is fierce.
He's got the ferrets from Beastmaster.
He does! Oh my god! Kodo and Podo!
It's amazing. Like, yeah,
That's, oh my god.
yeah, if you're a fan of D&D, you need to read this. If you're a fan of Rick and Morty,
Lothlorien?
yeah,
Jeez.
yeah,
That's amazing.
it was a laugh out loud book this week for me.
Shout out
It
to
was-
Nate Taylor for designing this one, because this actually is a pinup. That's what this is. It's a
Yeah.
pinup. There's a series of pinups in here, all D&D themed, by some awesome folks. Troy Little did one, who illustrated this book. Sarah Richard, Tess Fowler. This was hilarious. Talking D&D and more with the creators of Rick and Morty versus Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
So you get even some behind the scenes intrigue with
Yeah.
this one. Ladies and gentlemen, this was a great
Oh my
book.
gosh, yeah.
I learned so much by enjoying this one. Thank you for inviting me into your D&D world. You guys are nuts. I love it.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it.
Good times.
Woo! Woo! As always, thank you guys for being Patreon exclusive subscribers. We thoroughly appreciate your support.
Very true.
Man,
Another good week.
yeah, it was. Maybe as a Patreon thing, one day we can get together and do like a 15-minute D&D game. Where we got limited to 15 minutes. But I don't know how to play. So I'm gonna die first. I'll tell you right now. I'm calling it. I'm gonna be the jerk that looks in the water. I'm sorry.
Man.
There's a pool in the water. Well, what's in it? I don't look right now. Yay!
That cube seems to be gelatinous.
Can I eat it? Nope, it eats me. And
Roll up a new one.
yep. There you go.
Yeah.
That's the competition. Single sheet or single character sheets. If your character dies, you're done. Last man standing.
Keep it done.
Boom. Boom. That's your goal. Try to survive. Till next time, y'all. I'm Victor Dandridge.
Ryan Seymour.
This is Black, White, and Red all over, the Patreon exclusive edition, D&D Heavy.